I found who hasn't been on the channel in a while. What's up, dude?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Well, I figured after the whole MR63 hullabaloo, final MR63 hullabaloo, I'd be due to get back to an in-transit vlog. So here we are in downtown Montreal on a very pretty summer day. I've run into this guy here. Well, ran into him, actually it was more like it was planned, but we'll say, for argument's sake, just for dramatic effect, wandering around downtown, seeing what we see, as usual. This is what this vlog's about. And he is vaping profusely, and yeah, so we're just looking around and we'll see what we see, because that's what these vlogs are about, to get back to the swing of things on the channel. Soon these buses won't have their original schemes anymore. This whole EXO thing happening. That's dark. Yeah, it's rush hour, so I might see some buses around. Kind of the idea. Yeah, Will just brought me into this place, which I keep forgetting there's something quite significant here. Piece of the Berlin Wall in downtown Montreal. Graffiti and all.
We mentioned the graffiti were here before it was transported here. These are original graffitis from Germany.
Exactly. Original to the last, there's even more on this side, to the last days of the Berlin Wall. If you want to come and see this, if you're into this kind of stuff, which I am, honestly, I'm not just into transportation, otherwise this wouldn't be in this vlog. You can find this in the Centre Commerce Mondial, I think it's called. Basically translates roughly to World Trade Center, but it's more like a mall sort of thing here with some stores and stuff, and then there's all these buildings. It's kind of like an alleyway that was converted into an indoor thing with these sunroof kind of thing up at the roof. But yeah, if you want to come and see this, that's where it is, downtown Montreal, next to Square Victoria Oasis metro station. And yeah, we are in the underground city, the underground passageways, le réseau, as they call it appropriately, with the Metro logo included in the name. Yeah, we're underground walking here. I was hoping it was going to be AC under here, but no, it most certainly is not.
Look at that.
So Will wants to comment on this thing, which is a whole bunch of various symbols. What do you want to say?
This was like somebody put like Wingdings font on their computer and just went like and then just created this masterpiece.
Oh, it's true. I just remembered that. You know that font on your computer where it just it prints out symbols? What's it called?
Wingdings or Webdings.
Something like that.
Wingdings is a remnant of Windows 3.1 because they use that font for symbols in the system, and they just didn't bother to remove it to have backwards compatibility with the system. And what's a fun fact is that most companies have their own Wingdings font. Except calling it Wingdings, they just put name of the company Ding.
Interesting.
So, for instance, TELUS has their own fonts, which is TELUS Dings, which is arguably a font.
Platforms loaded. The train's in less than a minute. Yeah, about that. The people standing outside the doors of this train right now have the right idea, because I am not boarding this. We are not boarding this. Forget about it. Thank God it's rush hour, because every 3 minutes is much better to wait for, much more tolerable. Oh, come on. My face is blocking the train, of course. Let's try again. Much better. And it's a newer train set. Still loaded, but I mean,
it's less bad than it was.
It's less bad, yes it is.
Bad, yeah.
Let's try this out.
It's better. guess as the platform is packed, so we better get out now.
Off we go at Barrie.
Because right now we're
Anyway, that was the plan anyway, because it's still stupid packed in here, as you can tell.
Oh, it's going to be stupid packed on the MR73 on the orange line as well.
Green line, you mean?
Green line?
Green line?
Yellow line.
Yellow line. Oh yeah, yellow line, of course. You know you're going to Longueuil when you see these murals and you hear music, because there's always someone playing music in that tunnel down there.
Also, music, I mean, it's sound, that's for sure. Music, I don't know. It's sound.
So here we are on the yellow line platform, which I haven't been for filming since there was MR63s on this line, so been a little while. And yes, I am still mourning the 63s for those asking, and for those who don't follow the Instagram page, I'm using stories now, and I did mention that in one of my recent ones. Longueuil Metro Station, low-key one of my favorite metro stations, and not just because I'm from the South Shore, but because I actually like this architectural thing with these pillars along the way. It doesn't look very 1960s, it looks actually more modern than its time, much like the MR63s. And now for a change of pace, back to the outside we go. Shade of a building next to the terminus, I'd say we're in a pretty good spot to catch some buses, especially some particularly interesting units running around, including some ex-Guelph Transit buses that have found their way to Quebec, so maybe we'll spot one or two of those. They have been running around for Sorel, so we shall see.
Yeah, if you're a car, don't be in the bus lane. That's lame. Bus lane is lame. Because if I'm a bus driver, I'm gonna rear end you if you're in the bus lane. Get that message?
Hello First Gen 20014. As I said in the last video I made on this channel, another bunch of buses come by. Ooh, old Orléans Express livery. But as I was saying, not many of these left. I think only 8 left of the 2000s. So yeah, dying breed. New Flyer Midi and an Excelsior. These things are weird. So I wonder why they don't sell that well. And the vicinities look better than they do, and they're kind of ugly too, aren't they? Yeah, so in case you haven't guessed, Terminus Longueuil, the surrounding area at least, is kind of crazy at rush hour. Equally as busy as the downtown core during the rush hour period, with all the buses everywhere. And this is one of the busiest terminals, if not the busiest terminal in the Montreal area. At all times, there's like a lot of bus lines here that come out of here, even off-peak. Off-peak at TCV, there's barely anything there. Here, it's constant, just constant buses all the time. So, yeah. And so I'm in Montreal, go figure. It's not on the island itself, so.
That's an LFSE over there.
What are those over there, Will?
This, I think, is a first-gen LFS, and I'm not sure if that's a Prevost or a McKee or MCI, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this one's electric. That's an egg truck with first-gen T-drive. And this one is hybrid. One last thing also, with those buses, new flyers or whatever they call them. You know when you hear that, that's just because the driver doesn't push the clutch down far enough, because those are manual buses, they're stick shift. So because they got 6 speeds, I mean, I think it's 6 or 8, I'm not sure.
And if you took any of that seriously, you're watching the wrong video.
Yeah, you fuck.
Well then, what happened here?
Chaos ensued.
This man. Now we're only downtown because A, we went to eat, and B, we're heading to Gare Centrale, because I realized there's something else that hasn't been on the channel in a couple of years actually, and that's the Deux-Montagnes train line. And well, in a couple of years it's not going to be the same anymore if any of you know about the Réseau Express Métropolitain, and I'm sure a lot of you do, and a lot of you don't like it. But I do, so don't hate, please. And we are here. Down we go, towards the trains, coming in from René-Lévesque, by the way. I didn't care to mention that or anything. So change of plans, we're actually going to be heading towards Saint-Lambert on the Mont-Saint-Hilaire train line instead of the Deux-Montagnes as we were originally planning. And the reason being is, if you look behind me, all those people there, that's the Deux-Montagnes. Not sure I want to deal with that on a single level train. It's not dual level, unlike pretty much every other line except the contact line. Better time to go on the Deux-Montagnes line would be during the day when it's not rush hour or just after rush hour. So in a future video, I will cover the Deux-Montagnes line before it goes away in favor of a high frequency light rail train. Also, that Deux-Montagnes train is delayed, so definitely not an option. And down we go. Ooh, green lights. Looks like the metro. Well, I'd say our timing couldn't be any better at getting here at Saint-Lambert on this beautiful golden evening. We have the Amtrak arriving very shortly, according to William's railway scanner, which he actually has one for once. He actually remembered it. And also CN121, and he's going to try and get in my shot. But yeah, CN121 as well, so double stack intermodal and an American passenger train. It would appear that clear signal that we just saw is for CN121 after all, so let's do this. Double stack intermodal bound for Toronto from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I see our DPU, which I expected considering A, it's 121, and B, only had one engine up front, which I don't see very often on this train. (2802) ES44AC. I couldn't help but find it very odd that there was only one engine leading. I'm wondering if there's going to be a pusher engine on the back of this train, which is even less common for 121, so fingers crossed. Doesn't mean anything, but I know the train isn't here yet, so let's wait it out and hope for something a little bit interesting. We have the end of the train. And I do not see a pusher unit back there. Nope, no pusher. Huh, interesting. Pretty much every other time I've caught CN121 generally, it's like 3 engines up front and a DPU in the back, in the middle. Today, 1 engine up front, 1 DPU, so I guess it was a lighter train, or maybe it's just slightly shorter than normal, so it didn't need all that power. Although he could have fooled me because this train is still very long. And away they go. Signal looking good again. This time clear to stop. Although it was displaying a clear to stop earlier before it went to a clear, improved to a clear. In time for CN121. Although I have to admit that this vlog probably won't be going much longer. Probably going to get this train and then wrap it up because it is pretty long so far. This is going to be the 80th clip that I've filmed today, so that's not to say that all of them are in this vlog, but that's a lot of footage. And I'm actually filming in 4K again, but I'm not posting it in 4K, so don't go and look at the quality setting and try to adjust it to that. I'm actually recording in 4K, but I'm exporting the video in 1080p just to get the best quality full HD that you can get, but you know, not go for like super long edits and super heavy video files that we don't really need just yet, because of course 4K is not that widely used as of yet. So hope you enjoy. I hope the quality is looking good. I'm trying to see if it actually looks a hell of a lot better than the previous videos I shot in just straight up native 1080 off the camera. Well, there's our train, and it would appear that it's not the Amtrak after all. It is another freight train. This time a bit more mixed in consist than straight up intermodal. Well, right on. I'll take that over a passenger train any day. Much shorter than 121, although I kind of expected that. I like that boxcar. I like those boxcars. I wonder what train it was. Maybe we'll hear it on the radio and I'll be able to get back to you on that one.
So Ben right now is trying to figure out what the hell train we just saw.
Yeah. I got a locomotive number, but that's about it.
So he's trying to look up on a Facebook page, is it?
Facebook group, Quebec Rail Fans, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone saw it because I'm not catching sight of that road number for that locomotive. Really?
Transition moment. Use that for cuts.
I'll give that clip to you, don't worry. It's all in 4K though, it's going to be a pain to transfer over. Well, I looked around on the Quebec Rail Fans Facebook group to see if I could get any info on that train, as well as listening out on the radio a bit longer to hear if he would call any signals, and well, we didn't hear him, so, and I didn't find him on the group, so I have no idea what that train was. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been a long vlog, probably the longest one yet. Of course, stay tuned for many more where that came from, and check out our social media pages. I've said that at the end of every video recently, and well, I think you should, because the Instagram pages, I'm trying to get it up there and get things moving on there with some stories and some other stuff, updating it a bit more regularly, and of course the Facebook page is always present. So yeah, come on down, take a look, follow us at theNOVABUSfan on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you, Will, for joining us in the vlog today. It's been a while since you've been in a video, and yeah, so we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you later.
AMT Cop, run!
Peace. Run, run!